When's the last time you thought to yourself, I wish I had have done this? It probably happens a lot, especially when it comes to investing. And right now, a lot of people are thinking that because of the stocks of the week. The good stock, maybe not the bad stock, but definitely the opportunity. So we're going to go over those three stocks. We're going to go over how you can take advantage of these stocks and not be the person that says, I wish I would have. Because Dell Computers has grown dramatically and we saw the signs right in front of us. Microsoft, slowly but surely, is getting back to where it was and the writing's on the wall. And Zscaler grew like crazy, but now it's going down because something we all knew was going to happen. So we're going to go over those three stocks in particular and how you can take advantage of them going forward. Before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, and share to our channel. In real life, I'm a certified financial planner, blessed to help thousands of clients nationwide, but only social media airways. We're just giving information, but hopefully this information is going to transform your finances. And thank you again, because we now have over 100,000 followers on our YouTube, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So y'all ready to get this information? Lego.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Pay for profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, pay for profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Been check to check, you knowing it could be different.
You know, it was something that came out this year that had people think like, huh? What was that now? And that was the Trump account, right? It was campaigned on and it happened. Now, I'm not being political. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm not knocking the president. I'm not saying I support the president. What I'm saying is the Trump account was created. But it was kind of weird because we're giving people $1,000 to have a child, yes. But what does Michael Dell have to do with it? Dell, like Dell Corporation, like the computer? Dell, like, the computers Dell? What do they got to do with it? Like, they're old school. People are buying Apple desktops now, not Dell. But the writing was on the wall, my friends. The writing was that it was a gentleman's agreement that if something happens from a government standpoint, guess who's going to be the beneficiary? Dell Computers. So when it was an announcement that they completed a $9.8 billion contract. Let me repeat that. A $9.8 billion contract. One of the largest non-defense contracts ever. It should have been no surprise because of the scratch my back, I scratch your back later philosophy by the Trump administration. Business owners, this one's for you. You see, you're working hard every single day. But here's the real question. Is your money working as hard as you are? I'm running a webinar, and it's built for business owners like you who want to grow, who want to learn how to do real estate deals with no money out their pocket, how to invest with intention, and how to structure the business so it exactly builds wealth instead of just keeping you busy. So the goal is simple. Let's build income that keeps moving even when you're not. So the work you do today is still paying you tomorrow. This isn't theory. It's a roadmap for people who are serious about doing more and keeping more. Now, spots are limited, so click here or here. We hope to see you during our webinar. Now, back to the episode. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but it is what it is. But as investors, how can we take advantage of that? Let's look at the chart when it comes to Dell. Look at this. This year, this thing has gone up by 229%. Remember, Trump came out with this last year when it comes to the Trump Fund. And then, of course, Wall Street knew that this was some negotiations going on. And Wall Street knew that Dell Computers bid for the Pentagon's approval to do cybersecurity and help from an infrastructure standpoint. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then once it gets announced on the 27th, bang, look at this. 5 days, 42% when it got announced. What gets people in trouble is buying high. So people having a fear of missing out. Oh, what up? I so much. Let me buy it now at a crazy, crazy high. Not so much because now we're starting to trend down. This, my friends, is a tail sign of why we buy the rumor and sell the news. Dell up by 229% because of the rumor that this was going to happen. When the news came out, Dell down by a few percentage points. As an investor in Dell, am I upset? No. My clients had Dell since February. Are they upset? No. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. And Dell might go down like crazy, but it gives us an adult tale. We always buy the rumor and we sell the news. Also, if President Trump is having conversations, traveling all across the country with a person who happens to be the CEO or owner of a company on the stock exchange and never says anything negative about that person, you probably want to look into investing in it. Is it just me? Or is that you're working hard, but you're not seeing the financial results that you want? We're clocking in, we're clocking out, we have the income, we're making the money, but our wealth is not growing like we want it to. Well, my friends, it's not your fault. You know why? Because we're never taught how money works. We're taught how to spend it, but we're not taught how to leverage the money that we're making right now to build wealth. Now, wealth, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. The question is, how much wealth do you want for you and your family? But the best part about it is help us on the way. Join us during our 5-day mentorship, where you learn how to structure your money, reduce your tax liability, increase your net worth, and build wealth. We'll show you how to go from a wealth builder to a wealth strategist to a wealth creator and leaving that long-lasting legacy to your family. Click the link below and join us on our 5-day mentorship, where we'll help you accelerate your wealth. Now back to the episode. Not a recommendation, just information. So the stock of the week up by 42%. Dell Computers on the backs of a 220% gain this year and a $9.8 billion contract from the Pentagon. But my friends, that's just the good stock. We have the other end of the spectrum. That, my friends, Zoetis, symbol ZTS. Well, their recent earnings disappointed investors, right? And they're in the industry of pets. Now, when the economy's doing good, what do? We have more discretionary money. We spend more on our pets, right? We spend more on grooming. We spend more on pet care services, and we care for our pets more. When the economy's going down, when inflation's going up, when things are kind of tight in our pockets, we tend to cut back. One of the things people cut back on is the pets. Now we're not doing grooming. Now we're not spending money dog training, and pet care products and pet care stocks typically go down. Some people use that as an indicator before a recession because the discretionary spending slows down. So pet care spending has shown signs of growing down, and their growth expectations have been lowered because the expectation of a recession coming in 2027. So their stock has went down. Let's look at the charts. So the stock has been trending down this year, right? It was at 125, trending down. You know, not the worst, kind of down, but boom, May 4th, boom, a huge drop. And then since there, dropped even further. This month alone down by 32%. Signs of recession is a coming. So as a new investor, should I invest in ZTS? I know for our clients, we're not touching it. Not saying it's going to go down. Not saying it's going to go up. It's the bad stock of the week. But it's also a signal that things that are more discretionary spending, things that are more wants than needs, consumer-wise, might start going down as well. Are you like the 83% of Americans who want to get a trust, who want to get a will, want to get a power of attorney, but you don't have one? Well, you are not alone, because 22% of Americans have one. That means 1 out of every 4 families have a trust, a will, and a power of attorney. Which bracket are you in? 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 4? It's okay, because we have the Relax Estate, a fully automated AI platform that allows you to create a trust, a will, and a power of attorney all at the fingertips. And if you are an insurance agent, tax professional, financial advisor, notary, or in any business profession, you can even white label this to your clients. You grow your business, you help your clients, everybody wins. Visit our website, www.therelaxestate.com. Right here, therelaxestate.com. And you can create a trust for your family, or if you're a business owner, want to use it to scale your business and help your clients, you can do that as well. Now back to this wonderful episode. So we want to use this as an indicator that, you know what, other companies that are more discretionary spending, like pet care companies, might have topped out if they have not started to go down already. So as investors, we should use this indicator to maybe sell things at a high, right? We have some discretionary spending investments. We have some companies that aren't an everyday need from a product standpoint, and they're high. We might want to sell some of that 10, 15, maybe 20% to make sure we pocket our gains so that we don't fall into trouble as ZTS. We have a bad report where that company has to lower their earnings and it goes down immediately. We're not affected because some of our money is out that investment. So the bad stock of the week may be a bad indicator for other companies like ZTS that are pet care or other discretionary spending that has nothing to do with us, our bodies. We love our pets, but it's not our bodies. We might want to look at that and maybe scale down. But then, my friends, we have an opportunity. And I have talked before about this stock. I've talked about it a lot, actually. And this stock is a stock that really no one understands because they're spending as much money as anybody on Wall Street. They are providing services more than anybody else because everybody in corporate America uses this company more than 19 times out the day. They have a mini monopoly on the cloud, which is data and cyberspace. So why is it this company's stock has underperformed the market dramatically? Damn, by almost 20% before this week. No one knows. But we do know it's been an opportunity for a long time. That opportunity is starting to come to fruition. And my friends, that symbol is MSFT, and that company is no other than Microsoft. Let's look at the charts. Microsoft for the year, still down, y'all. The S&P is up by 12%. The NASDAQ up by 20%. But Microsoft, one of the largest companies in the world, one of the used companies in the world, is still down by 4%. If I had $100,000, I still lost almost $5,000 this year. That means Microsoft's a bad company? Of course not. It's just that they're lagging. But they was down as much as 20%. But since March 26th, look at this gain. Since March 26th, they're up over 20%. And look what happened May 26th. Whoop! That growth right there, my friends, because they got positive earnings. They outperformed what Wall Street thought that they would make. They have more sales, more users, more subscribers to the cloud community, which means more money that they make. And as more people join the cloud, they're in the community where they're ditching their servers. They got all their information in cyberspace. Microsoft is going to take advantage of it. Microsoft is a hyperscaler. That's a company that's spending a lot of money on AI. Wall Street didn't like that for some reason. But now that AI bet is coming to fruition. While the S&P 500 is up dramatically, while the NASDAQ's up dramatically, people ignored Microsoft. I think this is a huge opportunity, right? A huge opportunity. Past year, damn, not even back to where it was, but going from $356 a share to today $450, that, my friends, is a gain. 30+%. A few months. Market didn't do that the past few months. So this is what we call a lagger, a stock that when everything is going good, for some reason is lagging behind. But what happens to those laggers? Those laggers scale up, historically speaking, because past performance does not guarantee future results. Join us in our school community as we have modules, classes, courses to go from a taxpayer to a wealth builder. How to use our cliff, dip, bear strategy to do better with your investments. How to acquire businesses and how to use your retirement plan to grow and not pay taxes. What? I can have a retirement plan grow and not pay taxes? Yes, your IRA or even your 401k at your employer. This and other things we focus on in our school community, the Relax Investor. And guess what? You get 7 days, free access, and you get our weekly coaching calls every Wednesday. You and hundreds of people ask questions to 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure business owners that tell you how they created their business, how they run their business, and how their finances is as smooth as it can be. So click the link below and join us in our Relax Investor Academy to help you scale your finances. So as a lagger, we have an opportunity to invest in something that should be up by another 20, 25, 30% because the market is. Past 5 years, because of the lag, it was up like crazy before September 8th, beating the market on the 5-year time period. But then, of course, maximize. I mean, come on, you guys. Microsoft, an opportunity not of the week, but of a lifetime. This is still, in my opinion, at a 20 to 25% discount. Yes, it's at a 5% discount compared to where it was. Yes, compared to where it was in September, still a 12% discount. But compared to the market in totality, how the market's growing, Microsoft's at a 25 to 30% discount. When it gets back to where it was at that discount, compared to being even with the S&P 500, a 25% discount down is like almost a 50% discount up. Now, am I saying Microsoft's going to make another 50% short term? No. Long term, I think it's going to make way more than that over time. I think it's going to double over the years. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, just my opinion. But as the market has been hitting all-time highs every week for our clients, we have positioned it where we sell a little bit off the top and buy Microsoft. Sell a little bit more off the top and buy Microsoft. The next week hits another all-time high. Sell a little bit off the top and buy Microsoft. My friends, that's called selling high and buying low. And so because of that discipline, when Microsoft was lagging behind, because of the courage to have some painful profits. We're making money, but it's painful because we could be making more money at the time as we think. This is going to allow us or all the investors in Microsoft to feel very, very happy if Microsoft continues the trend that they're currently on. Again, not a recommendation, just information. But the opportunity, not of the week, but maybe your investment lifetime, is Microsoft. The question is, are you going to take advantage of it? I know what I'm taking advantage of, giving you guys all this information because you guys like, subscribe, and share our channel. Again, thank you so much. We have over 100,000 followers. We couldn't do it without you guys. Our road to 250,000 starts. We're at 105,000 now, and we cannot do it without you guys. But please share this information. It's so many people that don't know what to invest in. And every single day we give you information from a stock standpoint, a real estate standpoint, and how to save money in taxes. If you have anybody that meets that criteria, share our channel. We would love to help them. We would love to help you in your journey to becoming financially free. Love is love, you guys. And as always, let's make some painful profits together, y'all. Peace.